So basically, I thought I'd give it a try, give it a watch and, whatever. And to be honest, I do think that, yeah, there's a massive part of black people's history that is, you know, been messed with. It's been doctored, and that's the problem. So the problem to me is that, like, because people don't know the history anymore, and there's that much like people that want to claim things. This has gone on, so yeah, people are blaming the system and white supremacist system. That's one form. So it's one layer. So yeah, the system's racist. Yeah, at the moment it seems very you know, like of a certain supremacy. Yeah, because that it's it seems like the dominating force of everything, and it isn't right. People think, England have took over many countries, and like done a lot of wrong in invaded countries. It's like all that stuff that's coming out about the Queen. Like obviously people pulling down statues and about all that Indigenous children that lost their lives and things like that. This country has done a lot of wrong, in my view, and for its own gain. So it's I don't know, power, control, greed, mental illness. God knows. Um, but the point is, that's one layer. So then when you go back and pull back more layers, then you've got all this bloody, Hebrew Israelite business, 12 tribes of Israel. There might be some truth in it because if you look back at original people in most places, you'll always find evidence of black people. India, black people. China, black people. Australia, black people. America, black people. Seem to have been everywhere, like first ones. So to me, it's like, why has history tried their best to just like wipe out that information? What and It seems people have got lighter and lighter in certain places. Maybe this could be through. Obviously, it's like with the natives, a lot of them were raped and stuff like that, and babies, a lot of slaves were raped and babies born. So, people got the history has been awful against, the indigenous people, black people. Doesn't That does not mean it is okay to then blame all white people for what has gone on, because I've heard people talk and say, so when I'm watching like some documentaries, I've heard people talk to the person. Let's say there's a black person and a black person, white person. That black person in their mind, when they're talking about what's happened to someone, say 100 years ago, and then let's say, okay, 200, 300 years ago, and then they're talking to this white person, and then they're telling them about something that's happened to that white person's done 300 years ago, whatever. That person say, I hear someone, this is what mindset some black people have. They say, you did this to me. And it's like, he didn't fucking do anything. Poor guy sat there. It's like, he's done nothing to you, you know. Look at it logically. Obviously, so people in history that have been white have done something to people in history that were black. So when it gets down here to this level, you don't start fucking hating all bloody white people or something, because I just can't understand that mentality at all. I can't understand it. So the point is, blame the people that have done something. Blame the fucking people that have done something. So, and then a lot of black people are adopting the mind of what they hate. Supposing they hate the KKK, and then you want to just start like reversing shit and start hating and calling their names and calling white people. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, and it's actually upsetting to see, people have ended up with that mindset. It's like you've become what you actually hate. What you despise, you are becoming. But you've reversed it now. What's the fucking point of that? What's the point? When will humans flipping learn? So to me, it's like the best. Obviously, truth needs to out for everybody. We've all been massively lied to, and yes, there is racism. And for the people that are in privileged positions that want to still promote these places of privilege and don't want to confront it and don't want to do anything about it, yeah, you're there to blame. But don't just go blaming every single flipping, white person. Some people don't fully know. There's a lot of programming that has been gone on as well, and some black people are programmed. So don't even be fooled and think it's like this black versus white thing. It's not. The point is, everyone on the whole planet has basically been, we've been given lies, false information, made to hate one another, purposely to cause divide. We are stronger together. No hate, all love, find out roots. There's no hierarchy or whatever. Obviously, people think, oh, I know the answer, whatever. There's spiritual systems that were in place that many people have adopted. To me, it's always like, give credit where it's due. Don't adopt it and call it something else and different names and all that, when it was original source ages ago, probably indigenous. Sorry. Probably indigenous people used to follow, got no credit, got killed, got wiped out. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's like, I want this knowledge. It's disgusting. Humans act like animals, honestly, with knowledge, with information. And it's like, fucking hell, just find out who the original people were and fucking just give them credit. It don't matter who it is. Don't fucking matter who it is. It's owed to them, because the amount of shit and things that have been wiped out, because obviously people want power and greed, and it's like, no. So to me, if you want a better world, do what's right. What's fucking hell? So to me, it's like, well, what's the right thing to do? What would be right for everyone, like, to lead a better life? Truth. Know your roots, know how you're meant to live, look further back, look at systems we had in place that actually worked, that were good, that was caused harmony, and look at where we went wrong so we don't keep repeating the same fucking mistakes. So it's like, look at where tribes live. You just got to look back and analyse. And there might not actually just be one way. There might be quite a few different ways. There's enough world. It doesn't mean that, oh right, there's just one thing. Do you know? It's like, okay, there's different ways. It's like music. Do you know what I mean? Don't mean, oh, there's only one music everyone should listen to. No. There's only one song people should listen to. No. Do you know? There's enough world. So there's different ways of doing things. To me, it's like, as long as if you're living in harmony, we've got to start looking at our steps that are not so destructive, And I think we've made a lot of mistakes now, so we should know where we've gone wrong. We shouldn't dictate, but there should just be basic laws and principles that are in place that are not like a foundation. And that's what, to me, is missing. There's no baseline foundation. Everything is just up in the air. No one knows anything. And to me, you've got to look back, right back to real, true history, find it out, because many people are still trying to tamper with it and lie. But thank God there's a lot of information out there, and you can back it up with evidence and facts. So, that's what path I'm on, just and it's just a hobby anyway. Finding out, history, looking at systems that worked the best, and I'm following my heart. To me, nothing about this, I can enjoy it, I can do stuff, but to me, it's like, this is not meant to be like life. Just mass consuming of materialism that is, no one even cares where it's come from, who's made it, if it's ethical or not. It's just so much, Yeah, I like going shopping, buying clothes, and all the rest of it. And there's a lot of stuff about this system. So if there could be a system made where it's like kind of the same but more ethical, people do like things about this system, but it does need to change. People give a shit. And the companies people are buying for, find out what they're investing their money in. No one even cares. You're just buying from whoever, and it's like, do you even know what they're investing their money in? No, you don't care. Just what look good. Do you even know who made you watch? No, don't care. Just what care more about looking good. But yeah, to me, there's a lot of things that need to be in place if a similar system wants to carry on. Also, alongside of that, it's like just getting back to complete basics. Like, so different worlds can exist within each other, but there needs to be. Some people like to get up, go to work or whatever, but let's make it, jobs more available to people where it's more, therapeutic. And it's like I know someone who's at the workplace, and like now, it's all futuristic, and then they can go into this meditation room on the break, a little weird eco bubble thing, where they're just like, it's like a sleep pod. And it's like, yeah, that's what people flipping need. Like, certain workplaces are very harsh because of the mindset that we've got going on. Everything's now like what's the word, competitive, um bit narcissistic in a way, all about control, power, being the best, and stressful. But some people like it. Some people like competing, and it's like, so I shouldn't judge really. But it's like, for people that actually, it's absolute hell. Some people that are completely introverted, it's complete hell being in certain environments. Don't mean there's something up with them. They should not have to go to school, go to work, and be in certain environments where it's causing them to have like anxiety, mental illnesses, or whatever. Everybody is different. Everyone is different, and that's what I don't like about this system. It's one shoe fits all. It's just do this. You're just a piece of finger. You're just a cog in this system to keep it going. Get back in. You know what I mean? You just treat like cattle, basically. And things will get worse and worse if we let it continue and keep joining in. And maybe we need to start looking at how we treat animals, because it's like, wake up to what the fuck you're doing to an animal. It's disgusting. They're still alive. They care. They have feelings. They're clever. And it's disgusting that we are just so cut off from our natural environment, way of existing, and just like think that we're above even like species. It's like, speciesist or whatever, but oh, I can eat you. We're like monsters to animals. Like, oh, I'm bigger than you, I can eat you. It's fucking demonic. Like, it really is when you think about it. But now I'm going off on another subject. Anyway, there's different systems in place. Different systems can be in place, but there are certain ground foundation rules that the planet needs to abide by if you want to make a better planet. And to me, humans have had to learn the hard way, the will, because eventually you'll realise that you need to stop eating meat because, like, it's gonna fuck your body up. Eventually people have to realise the hard way. Um, I don't, there's just no point explaining. If you had to explain to someone why killing a creature and eating it is wrong, especially when fruit, the vegetables like available. I know people say, "Oh, vegetables feel they're alive," but it's like, got to draw the line to either die, or maybe, you know what I mean, or eat. So to me, at least, you know, we're not closely related. Well, do you know what I mean? If you can't even connect with fucking animal, then there's no, you know what I mean. But going to talk about connecting with plants. But the point is that you've got to start somewhere. That we've just come so far away from where we're meant to. So at least just stop eating animals and eat veg. Do you know what I mean? It's a start, because it's flesh. It's got blood, it's got a heart, it's got eyes, it's got feelings, it's got lungs, it's got brain. Do you know what I mean? If they have kids, they care. What do you think? You're just there taking the kids and then butchering them, and it's like people moan. I won't even say that because people will kick off, but people moan when it's done to humans, but yet when it's done to an animal, it's just alright somehow. So it's like, well, why is it okay for a human set of species to go and put themselves above another and say, like, I'm superior, you're just like a piece of shit, and butcher them and torture them or whatever, and then you look at that human and say, you're demonic, you're a demon, you're human, how you're not even human, how can you do all that? But then humans are doing it to animals. What's the actual difference? Really? What is the difference? Just because you're disconnected and don't know what you're doing, that makes it okay. No. It is just as sick, but we are just disconnected, very disconnected. That's my belief. I'm not saying I'm right anyway, but to me, just let's try and make more harmony for people, for the animals, and look at sacred ways about, like, it's like when you put fruit and everything, maybe when they're ready, they fall from the tree. There's a way existing with nature, and you know, just eating clean, eating, I don't even know because there's a whole thing about plants, but I'm not gonna go there because it's like, let's start somewhere with the animals first. That's all I'm saying. And humans can live quite healthily, even healthier, just eating a vegetable diet. So you don't even need to kill animals, really. There's absolutely no need to kill animals and eat them when there's so many fucking options available now that are healthier. People have just got to change the way, if they want a better life, change the way you think, change the way you are living. But you can't, unfortunately, make people do things. So I say concentrate on yourself and lead by example. That's the only thing you can do, really.